Well, Thursday morning, everyone. I'm here in the Lightboard studio. Now, you may recall last year I did an anecdote about the availability of the Lightboard, and we asked you whether or not you thought it was good use of our facility, and in fact, you said it was. So we built the Lightboard studio. Since that time, we've actually had hundreds of videos taped in this facility. But I wanted to take a few minutes today to remind you about this great resource in the Walton College, share a few best practices with you, and hopefully encourage you, inspire you to use this facility. So I'm going to share these best practices. Okay, first best practice is plan. You always want to plan what you're going to do here, just like any lecture. Think about the content, think about the layout, think about how you're going to use this specific facility at the Lightboard when you're making your presentation. Okay, so that's number one, is plan. Okay, number two is keep your presentation on the Lightboard short. There's some really good reasons for this. One, it really works well with nice, small, bite-sized pieces of knowledge and information. Number two, if you do a long video in here and you happen to make a mistake toward the end, you'll have a very long video to re-record. So keep it short. Attention spans these days are notoriously short. Probably, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that. So keep your video short. Okay, number three is, what do you wear to the Lightboard? You should wear generally dark clothing, but maybe not too dark, maybe blues, grays. If you do black, it gives this kind of floating head image, which may not be the most effective. Although I have to admit, black can be pretty cool because it does give that interesting effect. But generally speaking, keep your clothing dark and maybe colors like blue would be the best way to go. As you can see, you can adapt to almost anything when using the Lightboard. Now, one thing you have to think about carefully with the Lightboard is where you stand. Probably want to give yourself some space here. So I'm going to draw. These are the boundaries. If I stay within this space, you can see me. I'm not going to be written over by text. So give it a little bit of thought. It still leaves me some space over here. Maybe I want to write a formula. It also works well when you have graphs and charts to do. So think about how you're using your space, but make sure that you leave some room for you so that you can communicate effectively with folks on the other side. And then so that would be point 4, is think about your space. And then finally, point 5 is you can use PowerPoints. You may not know it, but if the space were open over here, you could project a PowerPoint, be a little bit like a green screen situation. You know that it was there. You wouldn't be able to see it necessarily, but you could refer to it, and it would be a very effective way of communicating with the people that are watching your video. So there's lots you can do with the Lightboard. I really enjoy it. I think it's got kind of a stunning effect. It really catches people's eyes. I don't usually like to watch my own videos, but when I work with the Lightboard, I actually do because it actually turns out pretty cool. So hope I've inspired you to use the Lightboard, and I hope you have a great day. And I'll be back in touch with you next week, probably the conventional way by regular anecdote.